Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a new year here with me at American Business Systems webinar series. I appreciate you joining me this afternoon. Hopefully, you've had a wonderful holiday season and got a lot of things going on and taken care of, and you've gotten through all the holiday things that you probably might be going through. And so here we are again. We're starting off a brand new year. It just seems like we just got started with 2025, and here we are starting 2026. These years just go by so quickly. But we just like these webinars. These webinars that we carve out an hour, and by the time that we look up, it is already time to stop. So we've got a lot of people on here today. It's good to see everybody. I hope that you again had a wonderful holiday season in December and the beginning of January here at the beginning of January. So today we're going to be talking about start your own medical billing business in 2026. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to cover a lot of things that are on that you get with our package here. I'm going to talk a little bit about ABS, but then halfway through here, I've got a little section here that I'm going to reserve. I'm just going to reserve it for you. You're not going to want to leave at the bottom of the hour. So let me just kind of keep you on the tune to kind of share what we're going to talk about kind of midstream here. But again, let me share again, Happy New Year to everybody. Just want to tell you how grateful we are that you have shown up with us this afternoon, and appreciate you doing that. Folks, if you don't mind, I just want to make sure that I'm being heard this afternoon. So if you'll find your Q&A box somewhere down below there in your Zoom webinar meeting here with me. Just tell me where you're calling in from. I'd like to share with everybody else who's on board and where you're from, and then we'll get started off with some introductions and everything else that we've got planned. Folks, I've already got 2026 mapped out for all of our webinar topics. As I review them, it's exciting for what we got planned for you for 2026. So we strategically look at what we've done in the past and what we've covered, and add some new things to what we're doing. And I'm looking forward to going over a few new topics with you this year. We're adding in some more of our interviews with some of our business owners. So look forward as we kind of go through this. So Rakesh is the only one that hears me out of all the people that are on here. Rakesh is from Illinois, so I appreciate you joining in with me this afternoon. I know there's got to be some more, Latanya and Lou and Mahmood, and let's see who else we have. Philip, we got Rachel, Rakesh, Veronica, we got several people. Okay, here we go. Ann is from New Hampshire. Rakesh is from, just says thank you. You're welcome. Appreciate that. So let's see who else we've got going on over here. If anybody else want to pipe in here, you can just more. And the reason I'm doing that is just to kind of, I just like to know where everybody's located from. And then at least you know where the Q&A box, because I want this to be interactive. This doesn't have to be 1 hour of just listening to me. I want you to hear your questions read out loudly because it may be a question that somebody else has. So feel free, don't feel like there's a question that you're going to ask that feels like it's going to be kind of on this silly side or anything else, or gosh, I should already know this. This is, feel free. Latanya's from Indiana. Good to have you here. Appreciate you, Latanya. All right, let me just introduce myself. My name is Eric Auger, the Director of Learning and Engagement. I've got a lot of things going on around here. Vizaya, I hope I got your name correct, is from California. Thank you for joining us here. I've done several different things here. One is that I've been part of ABS for now this year. I think I can officially say 18 years, folks. That's quite a time out of the 30 plus years that they've been around here. So it's obviously, you can tell it's a great organization for someone to stick around this long. And many of our other folks have been here well over that time. So obviously, I know that Jason and Adam have, and there are a few others that have been with us. Some of those are in support and the back offices and everything else. So Mahmood is from Massachusetts. Thank you for chiming in there. I appreciate that. But I'm also kind of where you were. A little over 18 years ago, I was looking to try to get started in something, and I came across Patrick. Patrick and I got to know each other on some other different levels. And at first, I just joined the team because I wanted to be a part of it. Then I ended up owning 2 medical billing companies. So, folks, This is not something that's new to me. I have been right where you are of learning just how we're learning today. I've owned my own medical billing companies, and I've moved on to some other healthcare industry aspects, and actually added to what I've done there. Because once you get into healthcare, it just expands. So don't keep like you're just focusing on one thing. Let this kind of be the entry to the healthcare industry. If you didn't get a chance to watch the webinar from last week, I shared just the volume of money that's in healthcare, and then the volume of people that doctors are having to see, and then those doctors that are needing help in healthcare medical billing. So folks, if you didn't get a chance to watch that one from last week, it was the one that we did the last day of the year last year. But if you get a chance to go back and watch that. Now, I'm going to take that information a little bit later on, probably this quarter, and update it with some more information, because it really was a very in-depth with a lot of good information. Adam Phillips is our CEO. Adam has taken over our CEO a few years back. He's doing an incredible job of running the company. He is actually increasing our footprint out there in so many different ways, and we've got so many different new services that are coming on board here in 2026. There's new ways that we're helping to support you. Obviously, that support comes in how we help you get your first client, getting you prepared to engage with doctors. So we've got a lot of things that Adam is doing, and we're just kind of following his lead, and he's doing a great job. He's also a contributing author for articles for a group called the Billing and Coding Advantage magazine. This magazine's been around for, since I remember, and even it was years before that. And ABS has been part of their services of supplying them articles in healthcare industry. So that kind of shows you that we're recognized within the healthcare industry, not just in providing a business opportunity for entrepreneurs like yourself, but for other billing companies that are out there. So we support all of our source of medical billing companies. And then because of that, we're able to share that with even other ones that are maybe not even a part of American Business Systems. So he's a contributing author for there. His last one that he just wrote here recently was The Shrinking Private Practice, Why Billing Expertise Can Be a Lifeline to These Doctors. There's a full article web link right there. If you want to take a quick screenshot of this, you may. Anytime during the webinar today, if you want to take a screenshot of something, feel free to do that. If you'd like the whole slide presentation, just get back with your sales rep and just ask them. They'll get you a PDF copy of this, no problem. But then also, this is being recorded, so you can go back and watch it a little bit later. He's also did one back in 2026, right when artificial intelligence was just peeking its head out there. And a lot of people had questions about, will this take over medical billing or billing and coding? And I did a little bit of information about the actual, how it's helping our medical billing companies and our medical billing teams here to actually improve and actually gain more doctors because of what we're able and capable of doing within our system, which is the iClaim and EMRX system. It's already got built-in artificial intelligence in it. It's making our job so much better in providing better services to the doctors. So no, it's not going to overtake it because as I'll share with you in just a moment, the importance of relationship with your personal doctors. But Adam is also the founder of an organization before he became the CEO of ABS, of an organization called MIRMA. MIRMA is the Medical Revenue Management Association of America. They've got a board of directors. Dr. Vicki Rackner is our medical director of this organization. You'll hear me talk a little bit about Dr. Rackner throughout the presentation and even in future webinar systems that we're going to have here. But this organization supplies a lot of information and support to our current medical billing companies. And that logo MIRMA, you can carry on all of your cards and flyers and everything else like that. And plus, they are the ones that will actually certify you as a certified medical revenue manager. So you get to hang this up in your office. It's not conflicting with American Business Systems. So people are going to go, oh, I see that you got something from American Business Systems. You're brand new. No, this organization has been around for quite some time, and it's solid and it's very reputable, very credible out there for you as you're doing that. And then you get to use your credentials, CMRM, a Certified Medical Revenue Manager. And as I kind of mentioned in the webinar from last week, this training is sufficient and enough for you to get started, where you don't have to go to some college course or technical school or anything else to learn medical billing. We've got all that wrapped up here for you. Now, you will see this next slide come up several times through the webinar. And that is just to help remind you that I want some engagement from you. Now, as we go through this, I know there's a lot of brand new people, a lot of brand new faces on here I haven't seen in the past. So again, welcome. I appreciate you joining us this afternoon, and we're going to get started with Start Your Own Medical Billing Business in 2026. So as we go through this, folks, let me share with you. A lot of people ask, well, how do I get my first client? Does ABS help me give me a list? Does ABS, give me a doctor? How does this work? Okay, so let's kind of just set the correct expectation of who we are and what we do for you. Right off the bat, we are an organization that's going to help you launch a medical billing business and for you to take control of your financial future. That's who we are. We're helping folks and getting folks in the entrepreneur business. We support you in all of that. We supply you with all the training and support. As you'll see in our agreement with you, it's a training and support agreement. We supply you with all of the necessary education. You're going to get your certification as a certified medical revenue manager. You're going to get all of the different services that we'll kind of go over here in just a little bit. But what we try to do is try not to only get you started in medical billing, but set you up as the CEO of your company. So hopefully I'm talking to a lot of entrepreneurs here today that want to become a chief executive officer of their company, because it's you who needs to let other people know that you're in business. This is a relationship type business. Any other organization that's out there that may try to give you a list or kind of bait you and saying, hey, if you join us, we're actually going to give you a list of doctors that are looking to get started. Folks, we've tried that in the past. Look, folks, over my 18 years here with American Business Systems, we've looked at every angle of trying to do the best that we can help our folks get their first doctor. And even trying to do the list thing. We've tried paid lists. We've tried to help them set up to where they get personal lists directly emailed to them. Then we've had some already list of potential doctors that are out there. But let me tell you what happens with that. That's like shark fishing, bottom fishing really is what it becomes, because those doctors have probably answered some questionnaire of some sort and that they might be looking. By the time someone grabs their contact information, that's like selling information to people. And we just don't like that approach, because the engagement with those doctors, once you've engaged with those doctors by a phone call, or if you even get them to pick up the phone, because it's almost like creditors. Once someone gets a list, this list is not just going just to you personally. It's going to a group of people, because it's not just to them. It's to a whole group of people. And believe me, there are other medical billing companies that may be subscribed to those types of lists, and they've already either gotten them or gotten a hold of them. And by the time you get a hold of them, it's really been a disaster. So we build, as we're doing right now, we build upon what's called a foundational relationship business opportunity. So when we're doing this, we're trying to create a sense of what we're doing with you, of what we want to show you, how we're going to implement this and show you how to do the same thing out there. We're going to help you find the doctors. We're going to help you get engaged with these doctors. We're just not going to do it through a cold called list. We're going to show you some different ways of how to do that. Now, today's not the day that I'm going to teach you how we're going to help you get your first doctor. I'm just kind of laying down a foundation, because as CEOs of those that are on here, you're looking at you. Some of you may have already started your own business already, so you already know what I'm talking about. If you start a business today, whether it's in medical billing or healthcare or some type of other industry that's out there, construction, real estate, just name and pick your poison out there. You know, if insurance is going to be your deal, whatever, you're going to open up a sandwich shop, you're going to do whatever it's going to be. Folks, people aren't just going to come banging on your doors if you don't let other people know that you're in business, because we know the old adage, people will do business with people that they know, like, and they trust. And so that's our stepping stone. We've never gotten away from that, because what we want to make sure is you become known just not only within the healthcare world, but within your community, because you're going to find a lot of different resources out there within your own community of people who know doctors and can relate to you of what you're trying to do here. So that's what we're trying to do here. We want to be upfront and very transparent with you, because the last thing we want to do is build any resistance of trust with us. That's why we do these webinars every single week at 4 o'clock Central Time, and maybe wherever you are in the United States, that's what we do. So again, unlike traditional job hunting and everything else, we want to make sure that you find an opportunity here with us to have, in a way, to start a proven way to start a medical billing business. And you can see there that we're guaranteed. Now I'm going to get to the guarantee here in just a little while, and it will explain that in just a little bit more detail as we kind of go through it. But the ABS package has a one-time all-inclusive investment of $35,000. And I'm going to go over a little bit of that with you, because I want to make sure that you understand what's truly included in this whole package part of what we're doing here. So if you got any questions so far, if anything I've said, we're about 15 minutes already into the webinar. So if you've got any questions, feel free to throw those in there. Now, I will say this, if you ask a question and I know already where I am in my slide deck, that I know that I'm going to get there, I may say, hey, I'm going to tell you, I see your question there. I'm going to get to it in just a moment, because there's a whole section there that I'm going to get to. All right. First of all, let's talk about what you're getting. You're getting the software business package, and it has 12 different income generating services, which include the billing, the practice management part of it, electronic health records. And for those that are a little concerned about coding, there are 2 of the income generating services that have to deal with coding. One is just straight out coding. If the doctors need coding services, we've got that covered for you. These are certified professional coders that are part of the ABS team that work at basically we can think of it as a wholesale price. So you get to retail their price out there. So whenever you're talking with doctors and they go, hey, LaTanya, do you have any coders on your team? You absolutely can say yes from the very beginning, because you've got that as part of one of your services that you're dealing with. Now, the other service that goes along with coding is what's called an audit guard. That audit guard helps doctors if they are ever audited. And I'm going to tell you, doctors can be audited for Medicare, Medicaid, all the insurance programs that are out there at any given time, and usually, typically throughout the year, an insurance company or Medicare is auditing their records. And what are they auditing? Well, they're looking at some generated claims that they've paid in the past, and they're going, okay, well, the doctor has given us notes in their charts over this, this, and this, but they left this out. And if they would have put that in there, then we could have reimbursed them for the amount that they wanted to be reimbursed on. Well, what happens is that the next time the doctor puts in a claim, they do what's called a clawback. Because if it didn't match, let's say that the doctor didn't put enough sufficient notes in there, and they put a code in there to receive a little bit more money than really what they've said in their notes, Medicare is going to ask for that money back. So is Cigna and United Healthcare. That happens quite often. Now, what Audit Guard does, what we can do from the very, very beginning, we can actually introduce this to the doctors right off the bat and go, hey, doctor, before we even get started with your medical billing, and as I'm doing an assessment, one of the assessments that I can do is do a chart reviews with you to make sure that you're auditing. It's like a pre-audit to any audit that you would have with Medicare or any of the other insurance companies. Yes, there's a little bit of cost to it, but you know what? At least even if you don't go with my services, at least you know what you should be. Now, that does a couple of things. It helps prove your credibility. If you come back and you show the doctor, look, doctor, because you're going to give a full report. The coders are actually going to sit there and go through the doctors with you to kind of go through all of that. Man, boom, there you go. So that's another one of the income generating services. The other ones are HIPAA compliancy. Compliancy Guard is a big one right now that's out there. So I'm going to get back to this. So there's a lot of things that are going on right now that are brand new business owners that just started with us back in November, December are already engaging doctors today, which is great because those folks are getting their doctors probably within the next 60 to 90 days. As long as they're doing what we've asked them and taught them to do, they're out there going it. And then plus there's so many other different services out there that it certainly don't have time to go through in detail. But I want to, again, I've got this slide in here just as we kind of go through it because I don't want to lose anybody. Are there any questions that I've gone over so far? Any questions so far? I'll give it just a couple of seconds here if there's any particular questions, and we'll see if there's anything that comes up here. And if not, I'm going to go to the next slide. Even if you're typing right now and it just pops up here in a minute, I'll get to it here in just a second. Let me share with you that you're getting, because again, one of the things that we can guarantee with you is the training and our training workshop. Look, this is done in the privacy of your own home through a Zoom meeting. Now, this is not recorded videos or webinars that we've done, and we say, okay, so what I need for you to do now, Lou, I need for you to sit through this 45-minute recording. We know that that does not work. You need to be taught and engaged by somebody that's live with you because you're going to have questions that are going to come up. We certainly don't want you to fall asleep during a recording, but you're going to go through that training. That training covers 10 modules. Now, again, if you're kind of savvy with your computer and you know how to do a screenshot, this may be a screenshot that you might want to take a snapshot of. Each of these modules will last you about 90 minutes to 2 hours per module. It's going to cover about 2 weeks of training. Now, I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to let that sit up there just for a little bit in case somebody is wanting to take a quick screenshot of that. Okay, you can see that each module goes into one layer up on another layer, but another layer. But if we just look at this kind of holistically, you can see one columns modules 1 through 5, basically have to do with all your startup. Some of you may be brand new at starting up a business. You need to know how to get an LLC started up, or do you want to do this as a sole proprietor? Whatever it may be, those are the things that we cover in module 1 and kind of getting that kind of kicked off for you. And then, but you see, these are basically all the different services. iClaim, EMRX, the pricing of it. Those that might want to do some dental billing, we've got that available for you. Choice Pay and Quick Collect have to do with helping the doctor recover old money. Audit Guard and CodeWrite, I've already kind of explained a little bit along with Compliancy Guard there. AutoCard and Credentials Now and Doctables and all that. Those are just other income service revenue services that you can have. And actually, there's going to be some more as they're coming along in 2026. However, on the other side of the equation, you see everything starts marketing, how to build relationships with people, how to get doctors interested in who you are. Because what you want to do, you got to understand, like I mentioned earlier about these doctor lists that are out there. If you're trying to engage a doctor from just a doctor list, you're going to fall kind of flat on your face. But the way that we teach you and approach this, we're going to share with you how to start developing relationships with doctors before you even ask the doctors for any of their business, okay? That way you become a trusted individual. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you'll go back and watch some of our webinars that we did with some of our interviews with some of our business owners, one gal, she took this to heart, and not only did she start doing some social media stuff, but she started creating her own web blogs and everything else like that. And she holds a podcast every month, I believe, if not every week. And they are up to well over a 7-figure income right now. So it's you're going to get out of it what you put into it. And so we don't want to shy you away from building these relationships with these doctors, because the more trusted you become, the more information that we can help you build and you get better at what you do, the more that you're going to find out that within the first 60 to 90 days, you're going to know more about revenue cycle management than most doctors do. But what's so important about all these modules that I've just gone with you is this 30-day money back guarantee. I've mentioned to you that I share with you about the guarantee. I'm also going to share with it towards the end. But that's right, folks. There is no other organization out there in the United States that has a opportunity like we'd have, like the business opportunity and or healthcare franchise out there that we've ever come across that actually gives any type of money back guarantee. So what that means is you're going to go through all of these training modules here. You're going to get all of the marketing material that you're going to see here in just a moment that I'm going to show you. You're going to get everything that we're talking about today, and that's guaranteed. That's everything is going to get shipped to you on day one of your signed agreement with us. You're going to get started with your training. And folks, at the end of that 30 days, because this 10 modules, remember I told you it's going to probably take you about 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks at the most to kind of get through. And you will know at the end of that training whether this business is right for you or not. If not, you simply ask us, get back with your sales rep here, simply back and say, you know what? I thought this was a great thing. I thought I was making the right decision. I've gone through the training and it's not for me. Many times, most of the time, people get through the training, they just go, this is more than what I expected. And it is so worth the investment here. And that's how we do business. So that was started from our founder, Patrick Phillips. It's never been let up here. And matter of fact, it actually went from originally, we used to have live training here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We'd bring everybody in for a week of training. And we used to say at the end of that week of training, if this is not for you, you can simply ask for your money back. When we went to the platform where we're doing it online, we actually extended it from 7 days of training to the full month of training. So that's how much we are confident in what we do. And we're very confident about making sure that you get trained and you're satisfied 100%. All right. So with that, you're also getting free lifetime support. This is not just for 30 or 90 days. Or 6 months. This is a full lifetime. As long as you've got this business running, you need help or you need to get re-energized and you need to go through training again, we'll certainly be able to do that. We've got several different ways that can happen. We actually have a jumpstart marketing plan that helps you get your first client in the first 30 to 90 days. Your lifetime support includes a 24/7 access to a private on-demand support site. So let me show that to you just real quickly so you know what that looks like. It's right here. This is our ABS LSS. We call it, it used to be our licensee support site. Now it's really more of a business support site. We're actually expanding this out to even greater parts of what we do here. But then also, not only you get all the access to the support and it's all US-based support, you get live support as well, but you get all of the marketing material. Now, this marketing material is very important for you to take importance to kind of listen in here. Not only are you getting all of this professionally done on 8.5 by 11 hard copy type of, very thick type of paper, so it doesn't seem so flimsy. But on every single one of these, your company name, your contact information goes on every single one of these. Now, you're not just getting 1 copy or 10 copies. There's over 2,000 copies of this that you get. And if you ever need more, you just call up support and, for whatever the cost is, say like you just need another packet of iClaim or medical revenue cycle management flyers or whatever it might be. It's a very minimal cost. I mean, we're talking probably less than $20 to get that done for you, and we'll get that out for you. We get these printed in volume, so we've got way big volume discount. The other thing that you're getting from us is your own private website. Now, I say private website because it's not going to be like some of those other marketing things that are out there where you go, you find out that you've got to carry the originator's first URL, like I'll just use this as an example. It's not going to be like absystems.com/my site. It's not going to be like that. We're going to help you get set up with your own personal URL website. Like in this condition, it would be absolutions.com. Because we want people to know that this is unique. It's your unique site. We've got 10 to 15 different templated websites that you can choose from, and inside that you can change colors and hero graphics and all sorts of stuff. But the content, that's the hardest part of any website. How do I communicate to the world out there that I am in business and these are the things that we service? It's already built in there. So that's already there. So you're going to have your contact information there, a form that goes directly to you. It doesn't kind of get channeled through ABS or anything else like that. That's all on there for you. I've already mentioned to you again on the licensee support site, and it's kind of just doing a little drop down menu on here. If you were to go in there and you were trying to look for a certain section of training, there is training videos that are all on there. So let's say that you're going through something at night, you go, man, I wish I could have remembered what that trainer said. And because I just want to review that again. Well, first of all, they're going to tell you about this, but plus they're also you're going to be able to have access to the ABS LSS site, and that way you can go directly there. Now these are recorded ones, but if you're just looking for a refresher, obviously at that point then you can go refresh all of that. The other thing that is very, very important to you is part of your credibility. We're trying to raise you up. So I'm going to first of all go back over here to this little section right here, the screen here, because I want to tie this in with MIRMA. So MIRMA is a nationwide recognized organization of the Medical Revenue Management Association of America. You'll be listed in here. You'll have your members only site through there. And remember, you're getting your certification through there. And obviously that brings you some of the credentialing, or not credentialing, but it brings you credibility in what you're doing. So the other thing that I want to share with you that is so important of what we try to do in a brilliant idea that Patrick Phillips and Dr. Vicki Rackner had. Gosh, I bet you this has been around now for 10 years or so, and it is still very helpful. And that is an educational book. How about if you had an educational book that you could actually be able to get into a doctor's hands, sometimes without even getting to meet them yet? We're going to show you how to do that. A very easy process of getting a book mailed or delivered to a doctor's office directly to you or from you with Dr. Vicki's recommendation. Okay, so yes, you heard that correct. How about this book that shows your credentials or your credibility, along with Dr. Vicki Rackner and Patrick Phillips, the founder of American Business Systems? It's called a book called The New Thriving Medical Practice. And the reason I've got these highlighted arrows there, because you can see right under Patrick's name and Vicki's name, it says forward by Susan Smith, CMRM. Okay, you see that there. Then at the end of this, it says that you wrote the forward. So then there's a forward that's already been pre-built for you. You can go in there and change it up if you'd like to. Have AI help you rewrite it if you want to, be in your own name or in your own words. But then on the back, at the close of that forward, it shows again your first and last name, CMRN, your medical billing name, a phone number, email address, and website. So this is a real book, folks. This is not an ebook that you just get to email out to anybody. This is a real physical book. And what's great about the book, again, although that it's really nice to see that your name goes on, obviously, again, on the front cover of the book and in the front part of the book and at the end of the forward to the book. But what we're going to show you how to do during training. So remember that those two columns, one was in training all to do about all the different services, and the column B, I'll call it column B, where it's actually showing you how to start to build relationships with the doctors out there. We're going to show you how part of that is a strategic way of taking that book and then putting these little post-it tabs throughout the book on certain pages, like 27 and 48, and then you might put one on 132. And on each of those sections you're going to take your highlighter, very similar to this highlighter that I have right there. This is actually an ABS highlighters you can see there, and it's got those little tabs right there. You see, we've got that, and show you how to maybe get some of those, and got the highlighter. So you just take the highlighter part of it there, and in the book you're going to highlight certain sections of where your trainer is going to tell you to where to highlight those areas to where. Once that gets completed with the majority of your books, then we're going to show you, have you started, because remember there is a fast track thing that we're going to help you kind of get started there, because you're going to start building some targeting list. Are there any potential doctors that you would like to get this into their hands? Then we're going to show you a way to actually get this delivered to them through a very special service, along with a letter from Dr. Vicki Ragnar introducing not only the book, but then also introducing you as a local medical billing company in town that you'd like to see about hopefully get engaged. So folks, you can see just real briefly, you're getting a lot for your investment here because we put a lot of effort into helping you get that first potential client. All right. Any other questions? We're kind of at the bottom of the hour, and I'm going to start making a little bit of shift here. Still want you to hang on with me because I've got a little special section of this webinar today that I want to kind of talk with you about to help you avoid some potential pitfalls. Okay. All right. Any questions so far? Okay, Veronica is asking a question. Can we transfer to a different state easily? The answer is absolutely yes. There is no territories for you in this business. If you're in a particular zip code or a large metropolitan area, I'll give you my personal example. Whenever I first started my first billing client here, kind of solo, doing it on my own, my first client was actually in Georgia. My first client was 1,000 miles away, 800 miles away from me. Okay. I live here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It was in Georgia where I got the first one. And it's pretty, you can go across state lines. Hatish is asking, can I do this with a partner? Yes, you absolutely can. Get with your sales rep to kind of talk about how the partnership works. But yes, both of you can actually come in together and split that cost if you'd like to. It looks like Michael's asking, what is the point of the book? Okay, so maybe I didn't make it too clear, but let me kind of share with you. The New Thriving Medical Practice has several different chapters of a lot of things that doctors are facing in their billing. There is a lot of different statistics in there. It shows what some areas that they can do to improve their current medical billing. But remember, you're trying to set yourself as the credibility. So let me tell you, let me help you out, get your year kicked off as best as possible. Why don't you, at the end of today's webinar, contact your sales rep and tell them Eric sent you over there to get a PDF copy, just the PDF. We've got this in an ebook format. I can't send you the real book, but I can send you at least the PDF copy. So to help kind of clarify that, because again, we're big about transparency here. So if you'd like to get a copy of the New Thriving Medical Practice, get back with your sales rep, tell them that Eric sent you over there, and they'll send you and set you up to make sure you get a copy of that. How about that, Michael? That'll even help you even better. Okay. All righty. So we were at this question part there. Fazia is asking, can we start this business with an ITN number? Yes, if that's a tax ID number, yes, you can. You can certainly get that. If ITN is a different something that I'm not sure about, you can put that in there. So I don't know if that is or let me ask this, a little bit clarifying question. Are you in the United States? Will you be starting this business in the U.S.? That's a great question, just a clarifying question. I am. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you're good to go. All righty. A lot of people ask this, and I think this is kind of good. Now, usually in a lot of webinars, I go into this a lot deeper, but I thought today would just be helpful to make sure that you understand that you can, with one doctor, usually within the first year, recoup your entire investment. Okay, let me show you how you can look at doing that. Okay, there is on our website this area right here where you can go plug in some numbers. Okay, it is how much income can you generate with a medical billing business, okay? It is, if you'll go to our website, go all the way down, you'll see an income calculator, okay? Now, I've plugged in some numbers here. Now, you can plug in any numbers that you want. Now, I've chosen to pick a number. These numbers come from my last couple of clients that I've had in the past, just to kind of let you know that I know that these numbers are true. These are, I can go back to any of our other business owners, and these numbers are pretty close. But I want you to understand that, and I'm going to blow this up a little bit bigger so you can see. So you can see here, you can put in a billing rate. I put in a billing rate of 7%. I put the average claim amount at $150. Now, this would be typical more for this was a specialist. I was dealing with urologist, okay? So his reimbursements were actually a little bit higher than here. But average, if you took like a primary care and you're kind of your first level of specialist groups, urologists, podiatrists, some of those areas there. If you took this and you kind of split it in half, an average, if you go to the doctor as a cash pay, this is probably what you're going to pay to go see the doctor, $150 for their time. Okay. That's just pretty much what it is. It's usually less than $200. But you can put in whatever number that you want to. So I put in 7%. This is what you will charge the doctor to do their billing. This is the average claim amount that they're actually trying to bill out to Medicare and Medicaid and United Healthcare and Cigna and all of that. This is the number of patients that they typically see in a day. 25 patients. You can see there at the little bottom there, it says this is averaging between 20 and 30 patients. You can see that. Kind of a good rule of thumb. I chose 25 because typically in a day's time, the doctor probably has set appointments for at least 30 to 35, but then some of those are going to be no-shows or they're going to be late and they've got to push them out and get them rescheduled. So I always say about 25 patients a day that they're seeing. If you add all of that up in our calculator, that comes out to $68,250. Okay, $68,250 per year of income to you. That is well over. It's just about half of what the investment is now. So you can see, even if you had a doctor that wasn't a specialist, and you're charging somewhat about the same amounts and still at 25 patients a day or less, you're still going to average anywhere from $40,000 to $55,000 a year in yearly potential income, well enough to get your return on investment. That's why we like to share this. If you want more information, I think I'm trying to see if I can pull up my notes here where I'll be going a little bit more detailed about that. It looks like I'm going to talk about, next Wednesday, January the 14th, what is the profitability in medical billing? So that's the topic for next week, which I'll be going a lot more detail about this information. So if you want more information about that, join us next Wednesday. Okay. Hitash is asking, do you offer veteran discounts for your fees? That is a question that I want you to be reserved for your sales rep. Just check with them and see if there's any potential discounts there. Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions? Because I'm going to make a quick little pivot here. Okay. I mentioned to you earlier that I want to share a little bit of information, some things to avoid, to think about so that you don't end up disappointed or feel like you've made the wrong decision or anything else. I've kind of got this labeled how not to crash your business startup. Okay. There are 3 things here that I want you to take note of, and we'll just kind of zip through these pretty quickly. Okay. First of all, don't try to reinvent the wheel. We've been at this for over 32 years now. Okay. We kind of know what we're doing a little bit, so we can confidently say that we know what we're doing. We've been helping people like yourself, literally with thousands of people who have come through American Business Systems and made them successful. It doesn't mean that everybody has. Everybody works differently. Everybody has their own level of professional maturity. Okay. Those that have a very high level of professional maturity and personal maturity do very, very well. Okay. But if you're coming in this business and expecting that you can spend $35,000 and you think that's a lot of money, so this must be well worth it. I'm going to get doctors here pretty quickly without basically doing anything. I'm going to tell you this is not the business for you. But if you are a wise investor and you're not only investing in your finances but your time, you're going to find this to be very, very rewarding. Very rewarding, because like I said, just imagine if you had 2 doctors at $68,000, you're already in a 6-figure income. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. You can get to a 6-figure income with 2 or 3 doctors and still not have to hire anybody. You don't have to hire anybody to do 3 clients. You can do all of that on yourself. So that kind of, and those some of the things I'll reserve for next Wednesday to kind of share that with you. Number 2 is product differentiation. You need something that's different than anybody else out there. And I think that's what that makes us stand apart from everybody else that's out there that sells a potential medical billing business opportunity or anything in healthcare by that way. And number 3, don't know what you don't know. Okay. You've always, some of these things that you've seen on Facebook, it says, if you know, you know. Okay. And so this is one of those, if you know, you know. Okay. If not, don't go out there and do it. So again, just think about this. Think about, trying not to go out there and reinvent the wheel. Everything that we have, starting with your first of all engagements here with your sales reps here, and follow their lead. They're here to help you, kind of coach you and mentor you right through your startup process, because this is part of your learning and training. Same thing here with our webinars. Don't think because you've attended one webinar, you watched a couple of them, that you think you got it all. Attend as many webinars as you want to. We've had people join webinars even after they've started with us, because there's such a lot of good stuff out here. Okay, so don't try to reinvent the wheel. Number 2, you've got to understand you got to have a competitive edge, an advantage out there. And because of our iClaim system, this is where I'm going to encourage you to get back with your sales rep and go chat with them and set up a demonstration of our iClaim system with you. This is a one-on-one in-person visit with you. Let them show you what makes the difference out there. And then lastly is, you don't know what you don't know right now. And the reason I say that, a lot of people have asked me, Eric, can I pre-market this business? I'm going to tell you, if you try to go get leads right now and you don't know what you don't know, you're going to burn up all of those leads. So don't try to go out there and pre-market so you go, oh, I feel better about investing my $35,000 because I've got a couple of leads already. Because if they start engaging with you early and you don't know how to answer their questions and do follow-ups and set up some demonstrations that we're going to do for you and all these other sorts of things, you are truly, truly going to burn up all of your leads. Okay. So don't do that.